Hello. We are still alive and working on WILDFALL, boys. Running a bit behind schedule though. Who would have thought that creating a semi-open world co-op RPG would be time consuming? Everyone? Huh. Although we thought we knew what we were getting into, we of course actually did not. And apart from that, we also still had a life on the side. So things dragged on and on and on. But this is where we are now and what we think where we are heading to. I'm gonna start with the stuff that is necessary to do, and we have not much to show yet. And later we'll show you some of the levels and the progress we made. So you got some visuals. Starting with game entities. We got basics here already, and what is still needed is laid out in the last devlog already, which is merely 10 months old. In short though, everything needs stats and values, and needs to be able to be generated in a certain range with rarities, elements and so on. Visually, we still need to implement health bars of course, and lots of particle everywhere, but since this is all related in some way to the entity system, that's gonna be one big chunk being shipped at once. As you can see here, we already are working on that. We got the basics of life bars, rarities, abilities, and stats very much work in progress. Once this is here in full effect, we will have loads of options to play with, and there's surprisingly not much left for us to finish up the game. Just kidding. Well, it's actually not that bad. Missing then is basically just a mount system, lots of different abilities and items, unique boss fights, and of course, the story with some cutscenes. While that doesn't sound like a lot, setting it all up, balancing it out, playtesting it a lot, and putting it in a playable state will of course consume a lot of time and is a lot of work. But it's just different kind of work. I think you know what I mean. Creating different enemies as well as items and abilities should be relatively easy once we have the groundwork done. At least that was our target when we started with that set groundwork. I can tell you how good that is going once the entity system is up and running, which is hopefully very soon. You know what you should be doing soon though? Wishlist WILDFALL on Steam. It's free to do so and helps us out a lot. Also, in case you forgot about this channel here, Steam will notify you once anything important happens. You can also join our Discord for more or less frequent updates, as well as little playtests here and there, linked in the video description. Alright, so you probably noticed me not listing adding levels as a thing that needs to be done, which is why it is already done. Yay! With levels, I mean the playable levels and areas and not the leveling system on its own, which is not quite there yet. I don't want to spoil a lot here, but there are open world islands where you can move as you please and are restrained in your strength only. The story is of course guiding you in a way through it, but you can do whatever you want, technically. These islands are themed into the classical elemental stuff, and while I will probably show you some screenshots right now in the background, I'm more than happy that this is all done. Coming to the AI, we are making progress. As you can see here, we changed quite a lot. Well, basically everything. We are now using a different nav mesh because it's just way better and user friendly, as well as have the first basic iterations of our reworked AI. We still need to work a lot on how the projectiles will work, if they will be tracking you down or just be influenced by your position. Playtests will tell what feels right, I guess. We are working with state machines now too, so they switch between modes as well as try to get or keep a distance to you if they are ranged, for example. We also had a few starting difficulties with setting it up as always. Whee! But now it's working already pretty good, I would say, and we are definitely on track to achieve what we had in mind here. So, once we have the entity system up and running, the whole AI going, looking at you Godless, it's just setting up the world with enemies, playtesting with the strengths and levels of them, setting up the story, and it is done. It is done. There's an end in sight. Finally! I might be sounding a bit too optimistic here, but you gotta be after all this time. So if you're asking me for an ETA, well, to be honest, no idea. But I think it's definitely doable in 2023. And with that, I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Happy New Year everyone, and thanks for sticking around.